Hello everyone, welcome to D's Homestead. My name is Derek, and today we're going to be discussing a review of this Jackery Explorer 2000 Pro. Now, since I got this, the Explorer 3000 Pro has came out now also, so I'll have links to the Jackery 2000 Pro and the 3000 Pro both down in the description of this video. If you're interested, later towards the end of this video, you're interested in getting one of these for yourself, just follow those links. It'll take you right to Jackery's Amazon store and you can pick them up from there. Hey, stick around to the end of this. I'll have some details on the giveaway that I'm getting ready to start here. The largest tomato and largest pumpkin. So if you grow a garden and you grow either one of those two things, stick around to the end of this video and catch the details for that. I just recently came back from a trip down to Merzinski Family Homestead. If you haven't checked out their channel, go check it out after you're done watching this video, of course. But anyhow, I was down there and I was camping out on their homestead, giving them a hand with some projects and stuff like that. And I use a CPAP machine. So I got this because I wanted to be able to set up my tent and pretty much live those days down there, with the exception of food. I didn't have to rely on them for anything. Okay, so food and showers. That was pretty much all I had to rely on them for. Other than that, everything else I was self-contained. Didn't need them for anything. I was able to use my CPAP machine. I was able to charge my phones. I was able to, matter of fact, let me just show you. These are some of the things right here that I was able to do. I was able to charge the drone controller, my phone, and I was also able to keep the batteries for the cameras and stuff charged. All that using this Jackery Explorer 2000 Pro. So on the CPAP machine, so my first night down there, I got down there pretty late. So the only thing I really hooked up to this that night was just my CPAP machine. I didn't bother to charge my phone or any of that stuff because nothing needed it, because my phone had been charged up in the car the whole drive down there. But like I said, I did run my CPAP. And sorry, it's really windy here today. I was able to run the CPAP that first night. It used roughly about 8% is what the draw was, which I didn't think that was too bad. So I went to bed, it was 100% charged. When I woke up in the morning, it was still at 92%. So 8%, one whole night running the CPAP. I don't know, I slept roughly 7-8 hours, something along those lines. So I thought that was actually pretty good. So the worst I had when I was down there was, I hadn't charged this that morning, so it had already been down to like 92%. I charged the controller for the drone, my phone, and the 3 batteries that go to the drone. I had charged all those, and I think it took it down to 87%. So I didn't think that was too bad, charging all 3 of those things up. Well, actually, the drone itself has 3 batteries, so really it'd be those 3, 4, 5. So those 5 batteries plus ran the CPAP machine that night before, and it only went down to 87%, so it lost 13% charge. I thought that was pretty good. So, okay, so what are some uses that you could use this for? So for me down there, I used this for the CPAP machine, charged up my phone, the camera batteries, the drone batteries, the drone controller. I mean, that was a lot of stuff to keep charged up, and this thing handled it just fine. I didn't have any issues. But what are some other uses that you could use this for? So recently here, the past 2 weekends, one of the weekends whenever I was down in South Carolina, and then the following weekend whenever I came back, Pennsylvania, Western PA had some really, really high winds. If you've seen any of the videos from like Outdoors with the Morgans or Purple Collar Life, either one of those two, they both did videos recently on generators and stuff and ways to power your house and stuff like that, so to keep things running. Well, oddly enough, this solar generator could do some of what their big generators have done. Not everything. It's not going to run your furnace. It's not going to run your microwave for hours and hours and hours on end. It's not going to do anything like that. It can run it for a little while though. But so one of the things that you could use this for is storms where you have big power outages. It could run your fridge. It can help you charge up your phone. It can run a medical device for you. if you have a pellet stove or a wood burner with a blower on it, this would be able to give you power to where you can still have that pellet stove or that wood burner with the blower motor. You'd still be able to run that blower and still have heat in your house, which that was a big thing here these past 2 weekends. Whenever people had outages, was it was cold and they didn't have heat. So you could also keep your freezer going, internet, stuff like that, anything like that, lighting, I mean, all sorts of stuff like that. So in a power outage, this thing would come in handy. And during the day when the sun's up, just grab that solar panel out, plug it in, charge this thing back up, and you'll be good to go for the night again. So other uses you could use this for: camping, like I just did, a camping trip. You could keep all sorts of stuff charged up on that if you go on a camping trip. If you work in remote locations, so maybe you're in a construction or something like that, and you need a way to charge your DeWalt or your old Milwaukee or whatever you have, your batteries for your equipment, right here. Just plug it in, have your charger sitting there, you're good to go. Also lights, you could run lights off this for your job site, keep everything all lit up. Also, one of the other things that I'm going to be using this for this summer is setting up at like a fair or a farmer's market or something like that. There's an event going on downtown here. What is it? In just a couple months, my niece has talked me into, I'm going to take this Jackery, this table, nice little TV, my laptop, I'll have that all set up, and just sort of do some advertising and stuff for the channel, let people know who I am and that I'm in the area and stuff like that, and hopefully pick up some new subscribers and stuff. So I'll be able to run that TV, that laptop, all that stuff right off of this without any issues. Now when I use this down in South Carolina on my camping trip, you might ask yourself, how long does it really take to charge back up? Well, I only have the one solar panel, and you can get these with a lot more than that. Just when I bought this off Amazon, I figured I'm not going to be using it all that much to where I need to worry about charging back up super fast. Usually if I'm using it, it's just going to be mainly at night on camping trips and stuff like that, or in a rare instance of a power outage or something like that. But typically during the day, then that next day, I could pretty much have the whole day to charge back up. So when I got it, I only got it with one solar panel, but like I said, you can get it with up to 6, and then daisy chain the 6 different panels into the 2 ports on the back here. But with that one panel, taking this down to 87%, which I believe was the lowest I took it, it took roughly an hour and a half with that one panel to charge it back up. So I didn't think that was bad. Maybe you think different, maybe you think that's a horrible time frame, but I think an hour and a half sitting in the sun with the solar panel. This was in the tent. I didn't even take this out of the tent. My tent has a little port on the side there with Velcro, so you can run power into the tent. So I just left this sitting inside the tent, ran the cable through, had the solar panel sitting outside the tent, and just hooked it up, and it was fine. Like I said, about an hour and a half, and it was fully charged. So okay, hey, like I said, if you're interested in anything like this, I would highly recommend, I know they're not cheap, but I would highly recommend, especially if you live out in a rural area and stuff where you have the risk or run the risk of power outages and stuff like that, and you need a way to keep your fridge going, your freezer going. I know some friends of mine here in this last windstorm we had, which would have been last weekend, which by the way, today is Easter, so happy Easter. But last weekend, whenever we had those big windstorms, I believe it was, I want to say Wednesday. So from Saturday is when the power went out, and I believe my last friend got her power back on Wednesday that following week, so just a couple of days ago. So if you live in a rural area, it's not a bad thing to consider purchasing. They're expensive, they're not cheap, but again, this runs on solar, so there's no need for gasoline, no need to worry about oil changes, no need to worry about any of that stuff. All you need is just a little bit of sunshine, and you're set. Oh, and a solar panel. Don't forget the solar panel, you need that too. So if you follow the link in the description down below though, you'll go on there, and like I said, they have it set up pretty nice through Amazon. you can do a firm and just pay payments on it and have this thing sitting there charged up, ready to go just in case, because you never know. All right, hey, let's get into the contest, the rules for this contest that I'm getting ready to do. So this contest, I was supposed to bring the rules out for this last weekend and I didn't get to. So we're gonna do it today. So if you have a garden and you grow things, this contest is for you. If you know somebody who has a garden and grows things, this contest is for them. So make sure you let them know about it so that they can try and get in on this too. So there's 3 ways to win on this contest. So category 1 is going to be the largest tomato. So whoever grows the largest tomato is going to win category 1. Now stick around to the end here and I'm going to go through a little bit more once I announce all 3 categories. I'm going to go through a little more, explain to you exactly what you need to do and how you'll get voted on and end up winning the category. So the second one, category number 2, is the largest pumpkin. Now, I'd like to stick away from those great big giant like 1-ton pumpkins. I'd like to go with just a normal pumpkin like you would grow for your kids to do a pumpkin. Like that's what I would like to stick with. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. We'll leave this one open for right now and we'll go by the total number of comments that we get down in the bottom of this video as far as what you think. Should we stick with just the small pumpkins like that you would grow for your kids, or should we let those ginormous 1-ton pumpkins in, or the 800-pounders or the 1,000-pounders or 2,000-pounders or whatever? Should we let those pumpkins in? Because I mean, they're still pumpkin and they are the largest pumpkin. So should we let those ones in? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Okay, and that's category 2, is the largest pumpkin. Category 3 is the largest combined. So total weight, largest pumpkin and the largest tomato. If you just grow tomatoes and you don't grow pumpkins, don't worry about it. You can just enter the category 1, the tomatoes. If you just grow pumpkins but you don't grow tomatoes, that's okay. You can just go into category 2 and you don't have to worry about it. But if you grow both and you want to enter the largest tomato, the largest pumpkin, and you want to enter the largest overall combined, which is both of those two together, 1 tomato, 1 pumpkin, largest weight, you can enter category 3. Or you can enter all 3 categories, largest tomato, largest pumpkin, and largest combined. And then we'll see what happens, see who wins. Okay, so the way this is going to work, you're going to email me a pic of your plant or of your tomato still on the vine, or your pumpkin still on the vine. In that pic, you need to have one of 2 things. Either a piece of paper and you handwrite Dee's Homestead largest tomato or largest pumpkin 23 on there, or if you go on my website, which I'll leave the link right here in the bottom, it'll also be down in the description, you can order. I have either the magnets or the stickers. Have this in the picture next to the tomato or the pumpkin whenever you take your picture, and then you're going to send that picture, and then you're also going to have this in a second picture where you have it sitting on a scale. So I need to, whatever it was that you just grew, that tomato or that pumpkin or whatever, sitting on a scale with this, or again, that piece of paper that says Dee's Homestead largest tomato, pumpkin, whichever category you're going into, 2023, have that sitting right there with it, or have a little magnet or a sticker. I have them both, so you can get either one of the 2 on my website. Have that in that picture, and then you're going to email it to me. If you go to the About section of my YouTube channel here, it has the email address, so you're going to email me those pictures. I need both. I need one with it still on the vine and one with it sitting on the scale. And you have to have either a sticker, the magnet, or the piece of paper that says Dee's Homestead, largest tomato, largest pumpkin, largest combined, whichever, 2023. Have that all wrote in that picture on a piece of paper. That way I know that A, that tomato is real, that you grew it, because we got a picture of it on the vine. And B, I see the weight of it because you have that pumpkin or that tomato or whatever sitting on the scale with that piece of paper right there beside it. So those two things are required. As long as you get those both to me. The contest is going to end, I think it's Sunday, October 15th, pretty much right at the end of Homesteaders of America down in Virginia and Front Royal. So that's when the contest is going to end. And then the following weekend, the weekend of October 21st, I'll put out a video letting you guys know who the winners were. What are you going to win, you might ask? Trust me, it'll be well worth your time and effort. I mean, you're going to grow the tomato or the pumpkin anyhow, right? So you're not going to lose out anything by entering the contest. So if you think you grow a big tomato or you think you grow a big pumpkin, enter it in the contest. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything, and it'll be fun to see who grows the biggest stuff. So, all right, hey, hit that like button, click subscribe, share this video with your friends. I hope you enjoyed this video. And like I said, make sure you let your friends know about this contest. Unless you're scared that they're going to beat you, then I guess don't let them know. But what's the fun in that? Like, it's more fun to have some competition. So let your friends know if they're interested and they grow tomatoes or pumpkins, either one. And if you have other ideas for other contests for next year, let me know down in the comments. And then, like I said, make sure you let me know down in the comments now on this video, should we just include just the pumpkins that your kids would grow for on the front porch? Or should we let those great big 1,000, 2,000 pound pumpkins into the contest for the largest pumpkin? You guys let me know what you think down in the comments. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Have a good day.